Price first of all, then time.
Destination airport.
Yeah.
The times of the flight are important, especially if there's young children with you, really. And the date.
Price, flight times.
It gives me the flight time and the flight duration, which is great as well.
So I've got departure and arrival. It's showing me the lowest fare.
Straight away I can see my date is available and the price.
The cheapest option may be the option, but then again, it may not suit.
To be honest, if I was booking a flight, you want a full week's holiday. You wouldn't necessarily come home a day early just to save 30 quid.
I would pay extra for, long haul flights. I think I would obviously go with London Stansted. But if I was living in London, yeah, I'd be kind of thinking, okay, is it that way to Stansted and that way to...
Well, price, but if the price isn't a great deal different, you do need good times. I mean, you don't be flying back. If you can leave, say for instance, you go to Portugal, you can leave 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, or 9 o'clock in the morning. It's better than leaving 10 o'clock at night, especially with children, or even on your own, because you're just hanging around all day.
Yeah.
And then you end up spending more money in the day than probably the extra few pounds you've saved on the flight. So you may as well just get up and go.
We wanted to decide whether we wanted to fly, really early, get the most of a day, or we wanted sort of more like an afternoon flight or something like that was a bit more manageable. Some people don't like to get up at 3 a.m. and travel to the airport, but I think if you're getting the most out of your break, you want a full day when you arrive.
What would you want to know to make you reassured before you chose those flights then?
There's the connections. For a long haul flight, you don't want to be on and off planes half the time.
It was more important that the connections were good on the way home. Back to Ireland, it was an overnight flight. So instead of staying there longer, I just said, okay, I'll take an evening flight.
I'd definitely on a longer flight like that, I think the connection times would sway, even if you're paying a bit extra.
So it's overnight, travelling from 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's only got one connection. I'll probably look at that one. Also, so you've got 2 connections for all these flights, and none of them have got one. It varies between 19 hours to 26.
Yeah, it's got stops there. It's only got one stop. That's got 36 hours. That's got 25. So maybe you could. Maybe if when you look into that more, you could have. You might have to book hotels and things. Something. Yeah. It's not that clear, is it really? I think I'd be a bit nervous about it. I don't think it's given me enough information when you have to, especially if once you've pressed the button, you've actually paid, because I'd need to check out this time difference. Which probably the time difference, but it's the stops. I'd be a bit confused about the stops. I'd have to look into that.
That particular trip was the right dates, because it was very clear the window that I needed to be in Montreal for. I was meeting someone there, so I had to be there for a particular date. So that was more important. And I would have booked it regardless of how much I had to go on the trip. So it wasn't like, oh, I'll go a day later or a day earlier. Like, that particular trip was clear that I needed to go then.
The first option it's giving me is Saturday the 4th of September, which I obviously don't want that one, because it's doing it 2 days. It's giving a couple of days either side. That's handy. It's handy to see before and after, because you think, oh, we could go spend a night in Lisbon before, and things like that. Well, if you were going for 10 days, or once when we went as a couple on our own, we went to another part of the country we stayed 3 days.
Yeah.
So basically, I would have looked further back then because we're going 3 days elsewhere.
And it has dates either side of it as well, if I wanted to go earlier or a day later. If my option wasn't available, instead of having to go back out of the link and put the other days in, so that does work. So straight away I can see that the only day available besides the 26th of October is the Thursday beforehand.
Okay.
So that's grand.
When we were looking with Ryanair and we were looking at dates, it gave us the option of putting sort of 3 days before or 3 days after. So it would give you not just one day, a few other flights that are available. Now it's showing me the other options on where it doesn't show the where's the date? Connecting journeys. Am I being daft here?
No, where is the date? Yeah, that's not being there.
So is this showing did I pick the 16th? Right, okay. I picked the 16th, so this is a little toolbar on the top.
Yeah.
And here it's highlighted Wednesday the 29th and the price. Maybe I can move. I thought that gave me a little option of showing before. Yeah, so it gives me options of other dates I could pick instead. Okay.
Well, let's just sake of argument.
So this is
16th might have been the day you set to go
out, and then this is the return in. Right,
Yeah.
okay. It's probably me being silly, but it just doesn't seem very clear on this website.
That's fine. That's
Okay, so what date have we got there? Let's go. Oh, sorry. Let's go back. It's quite a slow website as well. You think that would just let you scroll through instead of taking so long to.
That'll do search.
Right, so 29th, travelling back on the 29th. Oh, right, now it tells me they don't fly that route on the dates I've chosen. Let's try
You will come
travelling.
back on the 16th, were you?
I don't know. It's a bit confusing. I thought
Yeah, because
this little toolbar doesn't show what dates I'm travelling to and from. It's just highlighted.
The ones that you typed in at the beginning, it doesn't say, does it?
So, right, okay, so
No.
Yeah, okay.
So if we go with, I think I'd go with the first one, select fare.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's it saying now?
We are processing your request. One moment, please. Right. Select. Oh no, I was just going to say. So now I've got my return flight
Yeah.
coming back. Yeah.
I would usually scroll down and see what the return ones are, which is the 31st.
I would just see it coming back on the Saturday as well, the following Saturday,
Okay.
and it's there. So both of them are there, so I would click on the fares.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry. I went back there because
Oh, okay.
the return flights are on that as well. Yeah, well then, that's after jumping up now to 149 for 2 seats, or for, there's only 2 seats left, and that's your basic one. So I'm presuming then that
Okay, is that for return or for?
no, wouldn't be, I think. It could be for return, yes.
So there's a Friday flight and a Saturday flight. It's like it's cheaper to travel on the Friday and come back a day earlier on travel on the Saturday and come back on the Friday. To be honest, if I was booking a flight, you want a full week's holiday. You wouldn't necessarily come home a day early just to save 30 quid. It's still cheaper if you wanted to travel. So instead of travelling on Saturday, you could do Friday to Friday. Which looks like a better option. Yeah. So there's a plus sign there, so I think that means yes, I want that one. And your return one, coming back on the Friday. Right, yeah, so we selected that, then you click continue.
But looking at that one there, the only option I have is Sunday the 5th of September, going out at 7 a.m, arriving at 10 o'clock in the morning, which would be good for us. Okay, so I would accept that one. I would click on that one there. Now it's put me a tick in the box, so I know I've got that one highlighted now. So coming back now, the following Sunday, and now it's given me one option, 10:25 in the morning, which is absolutely perfect for us. So I'd click on that one. So then now I've got that there. Tick my boxes. I've got the flights, outbound, inbound. Go across to the right-hand part of the screen. Now it's got Liverpool, your fees, 4 at £36.66. A child, 2 at £23.66. Your cabin bag, a small cabin bag. So we've got 6 small cabin bags included. So that would be the small one. So I know that there. A little bit cheaper coming back, 4 at £34.69, 2 at £34.69. That is really cheap. So I think to myself, the dates are fine. I just go ahead and book it. So I would go on to continue.
Hold on a minute. What's that then? Manchester departures. It's all from the same. All from the same airport. But I'm just confused with. Oh right, so you've got 2 connection flights, economy, checked baggage. Why is this? I don't understand this.
What's that?
Okay, yes, the flight time. So.
What are the differences?
So you've got 2 connections. I don't get it. I don't get it. I didn't like the website. I didn't think it was very clear. I didn't think it was very user friendly. Didn't stand out. It didn't sort of show what you'd up. So normally it'd have a little box and go, right, so you've booked, these are your outbound flights and the dates and the price. Now you're booking your return flights. You like to have all that. It's just a weird, difficult site to navigate around.
I think I would go into probably a different website with this one because I think it's a little bit confusing. Okay. Well, that's it really then. Okay then, Well, go on holidays now then.